Coming back around to turn one. With a big flip to the inside. Trying to catch the SFV jammer. Calling it before they can make any more than just their initial pass.
I'm still learning. The rest of the players for the first time will become eligible for scoring. From 1 point from the hit, the number player to take pass from the opponent.
Right into the first turn, we have a penalty for SFV. The SFV are good at luck here, an advantage on this jam. They're gaining lead as the pack slows up in that first round of the track. SFV jammer down, and it looks like a track cut penalty to the SFV jammer. Jammer coming back to the back of it. Looking for Purchase, playing it on the outside, and looking for another scoring pass there. Speed on the third turn of the track here.
Nice work, Lady Slipper. We saw you chasing that jammer down. Okay, go Jammer. It's about to enter the pack.
Jumping in the first corner here. Up, straight low, trying to keep their feet. The SFV blockers doing a good job creating traffic, ultimately losing coherence in the pack though.
Metal Monster's now taking the jammer. That means that she will be able to pull this match off early if she wants.
Black Swan up in the front of the pack being stopped up by the MCP blockers here. The Metal Monster takes another pass. Crawling hit. And MCP steal ball from the outside of the track. Draws the penalty, allowing SFV's jammer out of the pack and into the scoring run. her way through the SFV blockers. Slowing up at the start of the track here, near the jam line. Last one, Amazon makes a good move to the outside.
Slowing up at the start of the track here, near the jam line. Last one, Amazon makes a good move to the outside. Clearing the track, staying in play.
Makes a big apex jump. Clearing the track and staying in play. Both jammers doing everything they can to score points. Folks, the Derby jams are only 2 minutes long, and if you don't...
Folks, the Derby jams are only 2 minutes long, and if you don't think 2 minutes is a long time, you have never played roller derby.
Roller derby.
Monk is through again. She is absolutely dominating this jam. As the jammer is still out of the back. Ooh, looks like we are all going down. North Bay Derby jammer is now in the box, so we have a power jam for SFV. That's the end of this jam. They are now the lead jammer. SFV jammer now, both of our jammers are moving on into the scoring passes. That was beautiful. North Bay's jammer just executed. Scoring pass is coming back around. Yes, SFV now made it out of the pack as well. Both jammers are on scoring passes. They need cheering to survive. Please cheer for your skaters. They are working hard. North Bay is out of the pack. Now still not out of their initial pass. North Bay Derby has now completed their first scoring pass. Round again. SFV still struggling to get through the pack. They've been recycled and they have now removed their star. North Bay Jammer is through again. let's go round. Annabelle coming through again. She's going to call it off, preventing SFV from getting on the score now. Okay, SFV is now through on their initial pass. North Bay Derby has completed their first scoring pass. 4 points for North Bay Derby. Oh, we have a power jam! We have a power jam! Okay. North Bay Derby has a power jam. I see Death Metal coming around again. She has already completed at least one scoring pass. But two, this is going to be her third scoring pass. Okay, North Bay has called it off. We are now going to move on to our next jam. It will be is out of the pack. She is our lead jammer. Again, remember, this is a power jam. You can see that the SFV jammer is now going back to the track. They will have to start behind. Again, remember, do not have the opportunity to become a lead jammer because we already have one. SFV's jammer still on their initial pass. Annabelle is coming to again for North Bay Derby. Another scoring pass. Snuck right by on the inside line. SFV still trying to work their way through the initial pass. Ooh, Annabelle just took a really big hit. Back up though. Okay, SFV is down one blocker in the box. Okay, Annabelle has just been pushed out to the inside, recycled to the back of the pack. And she makes the through again on the inside. That's 4 scoring passes that have already been completed for North Bay Derby. SFV still in their initial pass, caught up in the pack. something really special. North Bay just lost a blocker to the box. Okay, it's an official timeout. Why don't we take a moment? I'm going to talk to you about Danielle Willis, the Sonoma County Junior. SFV's jammer is to the pack first. They are now lead jammer. North Bay's jammer is in the box. Lead jammer. North Bay's jammer is in the box. This is the power jam for SFV. This is the power jam for SFV.
Huge opportunity here for SFV on a power jam in the middle stages of the first period. Straightening out, trying to battle against MBD there. Getting shoved out just to the outside of the track though. Being recycled back in, looking for an opportunity through here in the corner. Shoulders on shoulders, toe stop. MBD is through the...
Shoulders on shoulders, toe stop.
Their initial run here, now eligible to score.
Okay, we have a timeout. Let's just take a moment here to talk about Danielle.
SFB to the buffer, and MBD to keep the lead up. Who will take it? MBD looking to land on the inside, SFB looking for an outside lane. MBD that lane, finding it through the middle there. And SFB is caught in that.
Through the middle there, as SFV is out of the back. Battling Mila on the edge of the pack here.
Motoring around to the corner one. MBD around to the back of the pack again. Running to a one, but SFB
Blockers, but their arms are broken through, and NBD finds the clear path through as the pack. Shoving. Even though they're on wheels, those feet are difficult to move, and that kind of obstacle is exhausting to try and find a way through. As number 6 from SFV. Chases the NBD jammer out of the pack. Still all stopped up in that early turn. SFV looking for a way out, looking for a way to score some points here. But NBD is going to break through on a third strike there and call the jam early. Bloody Mary from SFV, the quick feet left and right, looking for a lane, spinning in the turn. All the while, NBD. NBD's Metal Monk finding a way through. Lots of movement on the pack this time though. That SFV jammer there, quick on their toes. Making some excellent moves there to find a way through. As the pack is stopped up, SFV fighting off Metal Monk, who turns to the ref and says, that is enough fun for now.
North Bay Derby is out of the pack first. That's Death Metal, now your lead jammer. SFV jammer is lead jammer. SFV jammer has just been recycled. They are still selling their initial pack. North Bay 2 again. SFV is being recycled yet again. They are still bottling up around We now have a power jam for North Bay Derby. SFV's jammer is in the box. That means for 30 seconds. North Bay Derby has just one jammer out there to try to score. And the team has nothing to do but to help her.
NBD was doing a good job there of isolating the SFV blocker, allowing the lane for death metal on this straightaway here. Pushing and shoving as SFV sets up their formation, looking to form a blockade, make a roadblock, stop some traffic. But a wrecking ball comes through the packs, allowing Death Metal to call off the jam and score some last-minute points.
Okay, we have got a power start for North Bay Derby. That's Deanna Mel on the line, taking off now. Let's see if she can get to her first pass. SFV jammer is now back on the track. SFV jammer is now back on the track. You'll notice that they actually removed their stars. And a lot of jammers use coming from the box, or if they have not actually removed their star. This is a technique that a lot of jammers use when they're returning from the box, or if they have not gotten any jam, they will take off the star to make them less visible to the other team skaters. They will take off the star to make them less visible to the other team skaters. However, you cannot get leading jammer if you have removed your star. So you'll notice that's typically a tactic that people use when the other jammer has taken lead, or if they have gone to the box to then remove their star.
You're not out here on NBD, battling with the SFV jammer. Back and forth, body to body, trying to find a lane, trying to keep free. And this is just a long tempo there for the right now.
Looks like we got a power jam. This time for SFV.
Back and forth, bodies on bodies, trying to find a lane, trying to get their feet free. But it is just a solid wall of purple there for the as-if right now.
Looks like we've got a power jam, this time for SFV. The Mel from North Bay Derby is in the box. 30 seconds, SFV taking up advantage of this opportunity.
Oh, some quick speed onto the inside lane.
Quick speed on the inside lane there. Driving a heavy hit. The 5708 knows money on the as-if.
The as-if. That would have been a big one to take, and some skilled skating to avoid. Outside again, dodging another big hit. Does Bunny absolutely on point.
Another big hit. Does Bunny absolutely on point here. Dialed in,
Watching those defenders move and predicting them perfectly. As NBD sets up, looking to block the lane. But the as-if blockers do a good job laying it through. But ultimately, NBD is able to reform.
But the as-if blockers do a good job laying it through.
Shira and Lady Flipper looking to make a blockade here in the front, succeeding. Knocking SFV to the inside.
Looking to make a blockade here in the front, succeeding. Knocking SFV to the inside. As FBD heads off to the camera.
But ultimately makes it through.
Served alongside North American cuisine inspired by West Sonoma County's abundance and biodiversity, along with their menu of innovative and the bar features house-made beer and spirit-free elixirs, The bar features house-made beer and spirit-free elixirs, as well as locally sourced and small production wines. Thank you, Fern Bar, for your support of our team. Thank you, Fern Bar, for your support of our team.
Smoky Donuts for checking out their carefully curated gifts in their shop. Bubbles Boba and Gift with a proud North Bay Derby Grand Slam sponsor. First opening their doors in 2022.
Boba and Gift serves amazing treats and gifts for the whole family. Thank you, Bubbles Boba and Gift, for your amazing support of our team.
Thank you, Bubbles Boba and Gift, for your amazing support of our team.
North Bay is taking the Jammers out to Sonoma, now on the first sporting lap. SFV is still coming back to the top on their initial pack. So caught up in the back of the pack on their initial pass.
You can see there, folks, for a minute, one of the NBD blockers was kind of in between the two groups of the pack there with their arms spread out. Blockers have to be... in play. If they don't, certain parts of the pack come out of play, and it doesn't matter what they do, the opposing jammer is going to get to go.
Okay, we have got another power jam. This again for North Bay Derby. Got another power jam. This again for North Bay Derby.
Quick skating here from the SFV blockers, trying to just move the pack away from NBD's metal monk, and a big shoulder hit dodge there.
Good move and a skill. They start for SVD here with two SFV players in the box.
Nettle lining up right on the outside of the track there, ready to just rocket into the lead. And taking it cleanly as SVD looks around the track. Down. Nettie being blocked up. Nettie being chased. And Nettie finding a way through.
Actually, did you notice that it was only 3 seconds from the jam? Actually, did you notice that it was only 3 seconds from the jam line for Death Metal to get through that pack? That is the power of a power start. For Death Metal to get through that pack, that is the power of a power start.
Some excellent skating from SFV in the first corner on the outside of the track. Number 426 making an incredible.
Well, you may remember them as the last record score in 2021 that they evolved into the next record score.
Today, they're your favorite local derby team Grand Slam sponsor. With Father's Day coming up fast, what better look at
Father's Day coming up fast. They've got a TV, t-shirt, curtains, speakers, and more. So a little news, look at the shop for special gift for today. The next record score, located
at Clement Avenue in Santa Rosa.
WFTV 71st and SFV ranked 73rd in North American West WFTV 18s.
Penalties to both teams on this jam here, evening things out at shorthanded.
short-handed. Sometimes the lighter track can make for easier passes, but sometimes it can also make for easier...
Sometimes the lighter track can make for easier passes, but sometimes it can also make for easier sightlines for the defenders. As the pack stops up here in turn 2. Another whistle signals a penalty to NBD. Both jammers are in the box, meaning that SFV's jammer is released early, giving the As-If an opportunity here to catch up with the points as Black Swan Amazon tries to catch up to the pack.
Meaning that SFV's jammer is released early, giving the As-If an opportunity here to catch up with the points as Black Swan Amazon tries to catch up to the pack. That's making it more difficult for her to get back onto the track. A rude strategy, but an effective one.
You'll notice that the North Bay Derby jammer is standing now, so that is what we call a jammer swap. You cannot have two jammers in the box at the same time. And now the jammer is in. Now I know that looks like a pretty big score difference. Okay, SFV has called an official review.
And we need power points against the As-If candidate out there.
Both jammers looking for purposely fast moving pack into that corner. Blockers skating backwards, trying to maintain lane blockage there, and
Blockers skating backwards, trying to maintain lane
Kelly being recycled to the outside of turn 3 here after a difficult battle 3/4 of the way around the track. Quick speed on those coast-ups, shoving through the NBD blockers. While Pyro fights for NBD, slides around again. A lot of
NBD blockers. Power fight for NBD. Slides around again. A lot of the track
action here in this corner. Shredder Cheese for NBD, trying to stop it up with Steel Blow in the front there.
this corner. Shredder Cheese for NBD. Trying to stop up the field. Oh, that's up there. Body on body, the footing spinning over.
Into the outside of the track. Finally finding a lane after an incredible effort and drawing an NBD penalty.
NBD is starting to box for this jam. SFV a good opportunity to play offense heavy. NBD is down here.
Metal Monster North Bay Derby is through on the Metal Monster North Bay Derby is through on the initial pass and is now your lead jammer. So is now your lead jammer. SFV still stuck in the back. It looks like they got really just
Oh, there we go. Oh.
The pivot has taken the cap and will now be your jammer as soon as they put the star on their head.
Funny as this. Pressing up against the NBD.
Now trying to engage with the jammer. The pack is very spread out here as Shredder Cheese makes her way back into the pack.
SFV is still their initial pass and has been recycled back.
Out of one funny, a clean inside lane there. Play a defensive play there. Just missing on the hit, but out and challenging NBD's Metal Monk here.
Who's going to call the jam the
Okay, it is now intermission.
Let's hear it for these skaters to start the second half of this game.
We hear from like massage therapists and doctors that are North Bay Derby already out on their initial pass. SFV cycled back to back.
Playing offense and defense at the same time is the name of the game here in Derby. A huge role of the pivot. The player you see out there with the stripe on their helmet. They play.
The player you see out there with the stripe on their helmet. They play blocker in turn, but if the team needs it, they will swap out with the jammer taking the strong play offense.
Blocker main term, but if the team needs it, they will swap out with the jammer taking the star and playing offense instead.
Both jammers are on scoring passes. North Bay has 8 points and SFV 4. And North Bay has just called it off.
Will you score to the dunk? Maybe you are in a power jam position and want to get the next jam started. There are many reasons to power jam, but meaningfully jam is a powerful status. And we see both teams playing for it here as NBD breaks out on the outside of turn
Here, as NBD breaks out on the outside of turn 1.
We actually had a star pass. If you see the SFV. Taking over for the prior jammer. They pick up everything that the prior jammer had. So they are now on a scoring pass.
Excellent toe-stop maneuvers on the inside.
Passing up that very difficult pass on that quarter.
He's putting so much work and effort. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Just because you're bouncing around, all of a sudden somebody's skate goes up and you get them on there.
A lot of struggling with both jammers here. This bout. And ultimately to be NBD.
This bout. And ultimately it's going to be NBD. Jammer here getting out.
Jammer here getting out. Rounding the pack together. It is a slowly very defensively pack.
That's a very defensively minded pack. And Metal Monk with some fast space and a lot of inertia going through those defenders.
A lot of inertia going through those defenders. And look at drawing the penalty. Heads up.
The pack stops up, heads up, eyes up, looking to stop. NBD offense, but no such luck on this pack.
You see a falling body and a whistle calling a penalty.
You see a falling body and a whistle calling a penalty. Is it going to even things out or is it going to further tilt the field?
No, we now have a power jam. Actually, we're going to be moving into a power start.
Okay, we have an official timeout. Actually, let's take a moment and talk to you about what we made in America, but also made with 100% organic cotton. Operating since 2011, Farm Fresh is committed to quality garments, personalized service, sustainable product and process. Check out their website, farmfreshclothing.com to learn more. We love it and we're ready to work here.
A very big hit there down in third one. Against the NBD Jeff Miller. Well, over the front right back.
A very big hit there down in turn 1 against the NBD's Jeff Metal there. Well, over the front right back, being chased by SFV's terrible twos there.
By SFV's terrible twos there. And excellent effort made to stop the offense. The pass is completely stopped. Eyeballing opportunities. And SFV is going to get the back on the floor.
Eyeballing opportunities. as SFV is getting their jammer back on the field now. Heavy shoulders into NBD's Death Metal. Number 421, Gnarly Quinn there for SFV, skating back, trying to recycle the...
Heavy shoulders into NBD's Death Metal. Number 421, Gnarly Quinn there for SFV, skating back, trying to recycle the NBD skater. When you get knocked out of the pack, knocked off the track rather, you have to enter the track behind the person who knocked you out. They are also still in play. That is why you see people going off the track and speeding against the flow.
Back up as far as possible.
And you know, you really just have to go behind everyone who had position on you. So even if the person who knocked you off the track was also knocked out, another of the skaters can run back.
On after this jam is the SFV against the NML for NBD. Both teams
Against the NML for NBD. Both teams heads up, both teams looking for lanes.
looking for lanes. The attack does not move much as the NML rounds the track again. Bobby winning. Ooh, taking a big hit, smashing complete. Two defenders, but keeping her feet.
And ultimately, eyes up, effort forward.
Well, both teams still look to play both offense and defense simultaneously. And with a big step in the apex there, Annabelle keeps her feet.
And with a big step in the apex there, Annabelle keeps her feet. Continuing her journey around this track.
As 10-20 back from the out-of there, bullied by the NBD blockers. The left and right across the center of the track here.
But the pack is spreading out, increasing the potential for someone to become out of play.
And you may have noticed that the SFV pivot is now in the box. That means this jammer is
Spreading out, increasing the potential for someone to become out of play.
And you may have noticed that the SFV pivot is now in the box. That means this jammer is not out of the lead. They did not toss the star, and they have to be out.
However, speaking of relief, number 31 Nate has just taken a penalty, leaving SFV with the only jammer on the field, and 2 penalties for NBD.
Penalties for NBD as SFV comes back to full strength. But penalties abound, and it still remains 2-1 for penalties. Both teams a little bit uneven, but slightly in SFV's favor here, as the pack is stalled in turf 2. Legs hit heavy very fast in Derby coming into these games, and pushing and shoving in the front there from NBD's Lady Slipper, ultimately having to give way to 45 on SVD.
From NBD, Lady Slipper, ultimately having to give way to 45 on SVD. Marmalade Mayhem. Huge efforts from the invaders from the end of the game, the second period.
Marmalade Mayhem. Huge efforts from these skaters come the end of this game. The second period is a long way from the first. Upright bodies, everybody looking for an opportunity. And Annabelle finds one on the...
Upright bodies, everybody looking for an opportunity. And Annabelle finds one on the inside lane there in the fourth third. But the end is ultimately called usage time.
Okay, we are starting back. Here you see application list for the first game of this game.
SFV's in the back of the pack, and North Bay has just lost one to the penalty box. Sappho over as your lead jammer. SFV also out of the pack.
Also out of the pack, they are releasing
first scoring pass. North Bay just completed their first scoring pass and is going around to see if the team can get second. See if we can get second.
Watch the Rose there for the as if staying low on that approach. Trying to both avoid a penalty and the eye. As Sabo makes a big jump, but ultimately ends up out of play. Rose going down, but we see a ball for NBD.
Down, but we see a ball for NBD taking the penalty. Leaving Rose up on her feet, able to score some points, coming up on the back of the pack. Looking at what's going on inside.
Penalty, leaving Rose up and on her feet, able to score some points, coming up on the back of the pack. Looking at what's going on inside, pushing and shoving left and right, back and forth. Sabo ultimately breaks through. Continuing with the effort as SFV.
Fourth, Sabo ultimately breaks through. Continuing with the effort as SFV takes another penalty, using things out for both teams. Mila Mugshot looking to stop the attacker there.
He takes another penalty, evening things out for both teams. Mila Mugshot looking to stop the attacker there. I don't really having to give
way. Sapples off the big hit from floor 21. Gnarly Quinn.
To give way. That Sapples out is a big hit from floor 21. Gnarly Quinn.
Good inside move. Send the MVP jammer down to the floor. Those jammers.
SFV's jamming a good inside move. Send the NBD jammer down to the floor. Those jammers looking for a lane. Big shoulders trying to shove to the outside, but ultimately NBD comes out on top there.
For lane. Big shoulders trying to shove to the outside, but ultimately NBD comes out on top there. And the jam is called. A very eventful jam.
Well, they can, we talked earlier that you could actually be expelled from a game if you miss a certain number of penalties. So it is important. If you want to help your team, keep those penalties under 7.
Penalties under 7.
Here we've got Metal Monk coming through the lead jammer from North Bay. Monk has probably one of the smallest fans here.
Actually, Monk has probably one of the smallest fans here. Cyrus is just 1 year old.
Just 1 year old, just had his birthday, that's right. Baby Cyrus is here cheering for his mom.
Littlest fan, big cheers.
Big cheers.
Monk is around again for North Bay Derby.
Around again to North Bay Derby. SFV still caught up in the pack and back. We have had a star pass.
SFV still caught up in the pack in the back. We have had a star pass, and SFV is now out and on their first scoring pass.
He is now out and on their first scoring pass.
Doug's bunny with the quick feet. Aggressive speed in the background of the pack before hardly the move. Battling in.
Bugs Bunny with some quick feet, some aggressive skating to back around the pack before it hardly even moved. Battling NBD, ultimately getting pushed out, being recycled. Now looking for a new opportunity to break through as NBD shoves their way through the pack.
SFV shoves their way through the pack. A little discombobulated with that defensive effort. So it's pretty fast.
Shoves their way through the pack. It was a little discombobulated at that defensive effort. Doug's Bunny fast to the inside of the track.
Through the track. Excellent feet. Very aware of their surroundings there.
Excellent feet. Very aware of their surroundings there. Metalbuck bobs and weaves left and right, putting over his skaters. Body stumbling and calling the jam.
Thank you, medics, for taking care of us and keeping us safe. Well, the medics turn to one of our skaters. Let's go ahead and hear from another one of our sponsors.
By West Sonoma County's abundance of biodiversity. Along with their menu of innovative and delicious dishes, the bar features house-made beer and spirit-free elixirs, as well as locally sourced small production wine. Thank you for the bar for your support of our team.
You know, I love Curtain Bar, and I love the
Bar for your support of our team.
You know, I love and I love that they sponsored the penalty box because those are two places I actually spend a lot of time.
NBD's Power Fight stuck in the back of the pack here. As SFV is executed.
Executed a star pass to get out of the pack. You'll see the inside ref here. Waiting off the side as the hands is called. That's one Amazon there for SFV making incredible outside.
Black Swan Amazon there for SFV making an incredible outside pass there of the pack. Very fast feet, taking advantage of a wild pack.
Very fast feet, taking advantage of a wild pack. Goes to the center of the out. Pulling their way through. SFV plays this inside lane. As Wilson pops up and knocks out a play. Third one on the track is very busy place right now.
Third one on the track, a very busy place right now. Flailing arms, skating bodies. Both jammers out.
Jammers out. Is SFV with lead, even though they are technically behind the jammer.
SFV with lead, even though they are technically behind the NBD jammer. And can and will call it before NBD scores any points on this one.
Just Metal and Scooby Smacks here, both looking to make the memory of their team. Just Metal running some big prepared bodies there by SFV. Trying to go inside out, back to the end. No lead for either jamming it. Blockers paying very close attention. A big jump from the blocker there is trying to make some space. Ultimately, the Metal is removed into the track and recycle.
Recycle. Both teams still looking for purchase. NBD bumping up on the back of the track, and Nettie finding a way through.
Ultimately, ready to score points. Volleyball is looking to look on the pack up front. Running into a solid wall of bodies. Back at turn one. There's a big one.
As running into a solid wall of bodies. Back at turn one, there's a big slide to the inside of the track there.
Slide to the inside of the track there.
Looks like we have just lost a North Bay blocker.
Looks like we have just lost a North Bay blocker pivot to the penalty box. So we have a full complement of blockers for SFB, and we are down one for North Bay. Your lead jammer, Death Nettle, is around the turn, going in for another scoring pass. SFV has just now gotten out of the scrum, almost all the way through their first initial pass.
The ball is here for NBD, tangoing with the SFV jammer, and ultimately getting called on a penalty.
Ultimately getting called on a penalty. Yes, called on a penalty there. Allowing Scooby Smacks through. Now thrown.
Yes, called on a penalty there. Allowing Scooby Smacks through. And with so many NBD penalties, SFV is looking to make up some ground here as they heavily outweigh the field. And he breaks through Scooby Smacks, trying to fight through.
And he breaks through Scooby Smacks, trying to fight through Rizzo here at the end of the pack. Everybody trying to avoid penalties, but everybody taking them anyway.
Rizzo here at the end of the pack. Everybody trying to avoid penalties, but everybody taking them anyway. It is that time of the game. A big jump from Nettie though, and not to the inside of the track. Being just be recycled back behind the other jammer here as everybody is trying to fight through this small space.
Skaters in the penalty box, 2 for North Bay and 1 for SFV. And it looks like we are taking a timeout for NBD.
Make it your home. Visit her website at yourmamasagent.com today. Fight Fitness.
You know, that sounds a lot like derby to me for everybody. You know, actually, North Bay works out at Spike Fitness, and North Bay encourages everybody to participate with us too. We have a skate camp coming up, and we'll teach you to skate and teach you to play derby. July 1st at Cal Skate in Roanoke Park.
Teach you to play derby. July 1st at Cal Skate in Roanoke Park. Check out our website, northbayderby.org. Or
Website, northbayderby.org. Or head on over to the purchase table.
Or force them to call off to prevent you from doing it. Sometimes the best offense is simply stopping your opponent from feeling free to do any of theirs.
Got some heavy balls here holding back these jammers. And North Bay Derby is out. Death Metal is
And North Bay Derby is out. Death Metal is, Pyrobite is your lead jammer.
SFV is taking off the star and they're still making their way through.
Still trying to make their way through on their initial pass. Looks like the pivot is trying to get back to them. Will North Bay let them? Yeah, looks like the SFV jammer has gotten out and going around the track. Now it's up.
Looks like the SFV jammer is back out and going around the track. Now on the 40 pass. And Pyrobite running off.
Sonoma County Roller Derby Resurrection Roller Derby in 2024. We are a 501c3 non-profit organization. Please support us by participating in our raffle. Please Brad NTG merch near the entrance. Every bit helps us rolling and hosting these awesome bouts.
Every bit helps us rolling and hosting these awesome bouts.
SFV's got lead jammer.
SFV's got the lead jammer. And right on their tail though.
Right on their tail though, coming in. Both of them are on their initial scoring pass.
Yeah, this Bugs Bunny staying low, going to the inside. And swirling hips there to try and get some points right as she falls off the jam. Remember, it's derby.
Okay, we are still all caught up in turn one.
Jammer's back. I know they're trying to, yes, and there we go. Death Metal has made it out. Lead jammer for the rest of the team is still huddled up between turns 1 and 2.
Penalty to NBD could be a good opportunity. SFV, RX Queen here, still looking for a lane.
But the defensive commitment from NTG here making that difficult. Ryan Hospital.
But the defensive connection from NBD here making that difficult, nigh impossible in turn 2 of the track. As Nettie uses that same defense to gain offense for themselves.
It looks like we have an attempted
Double block.
Looks like we have an attempted star pass.
pass. Will it happen? SFV, yes! Successful star pass, there they go. SFV is now on their initial scoring pass. Death Metal is continuing on for North Bay Derby. Will they call it off? Let's see.
Star pass, there they go. SFV is now on their initial scoring pass. Death Metal is continuing on for North Bay Derby. Will they call it off? Let's see.
What better way to show your love than with music? They've got CDs, t-shirts, plastic vinyls, turntables.
North Bay Derby. Metal Monk is out now. She has passed her.
Is out now. She was past her initial pass. Is coming in to score.
Go someplace.
A big jump there in turn one. It may not look
It may not look like a lot if you're familiar with jumping off the stage, but let me tell you, those things are heavy.
things are heavy and wheels are not easy to land on. That is a huge move and you gain a big opportunity. And they'll have bobs and weaves left and right, shoulders down, overcoming the opposition there and making a scoring pass.
Left and right, shoulders down, overcoming the opposition there and making a scoring pass. And it looks like both of the Aspen players are out of the box, evening the field.
It looks like both of the Aspen players are out of the box, evening the field. A little head fake to the inside and Monk takes another swing.
Monk takes another swing. Pay attention to these blockers, folks. It's not all about
Pay attention to these blockers, folks. It's not all about the jammers. Blockers are who makes the lanes for their jammers to come through. They make the magic happen. They both provide defense.
They both provide defense to keep their jammers from being overwhelmed by their opponents, as well as moving the
opponent's blockers to open lanes for their jammer. It is a multilateral job.
As you see, we've actually just had a star pass here for SFV. Their pivot is holding the star and now trying to get past North Bay Derby's wall. North Bay Derby is not fooled. They see the star and they're going to hold them if they can.
Bloody Mary on the as-if. Excellent move to the inside of the corner there.
Bloody Mary on the as-if. Excellent move to the inside of the corner there. Incredibly fast feet as bodies go down on the outside of this corner. And Monk calls the jam.
Pyro out again for North Bay Derby. She is our lead jammer. SFV is still stuck.
SFV is still stuck behind the NBC wall, scrambling to get to that pass.
They got through and unfortunately for them, so did the NBD blockers. They're still stuck in turn one. Pyro fights in turn one.
Pyro fights again for her second scoring pass.
Coming around again for her second scoring pass. NBD has just lost another blocker to the box. That is 2 in the box for NBD.
NBD's finishing in the field goal. Battling SFV, Sebastian Rose there on the outside of the pack. Sounds like ultimately taking not
Battling SFV, Sebastian Rose on the outside of the pack. Sounds like ultimately taking not one, just one penalty there for NBD.
just one penalty there for NBD. As the as-if break through. And leading down quick, looking for a lane. And it looks like we made it through.
Break through. And leading down quick, looking for a lane. And it looks like we made it through. No, it looks like we take a penalty for a track cut. It was a close one. It was a good
Penalty for a track cut. It was a close one. It was a good move.
Yeah, jamming is so hard. The amount of strength you have to put to continually push against 4 people.
It's very tiring.
having to stand up straight to avoid her shoulder as the pack moves quickly here. Sending her to the outside there. SFV reforming 4 bodies on 1 as the NBD blockers come out trying to disrupt them, and they do. Allowing an inside pass there as the SFV.
Allowing an inside pass there. And the SFV jammer is out of the box.
Jammer is out of the box. Now able to contend for scoring, trying to shimmy their way to the inside and hit the NBD jammer as they come through. Hips and shoulders flying, trying to form a formation here, but not wanting to end up out of play. SVD ultimately has to give up the chase and
Form a formation here, but not wanting to end up out of play. SVD ultimately has to give up the chase and reset.
Looks like we are attempting another star pack here for SFV. Ah, no, maybe it's a trick. Nope. Ah, there we go. Yes, it was a successful star pass. And NBD's jammer, Annabelle.
Star pass. Still the initial pass here for SFV. And they just completed it. So now,
Pass here for SFV. And they've just completed it. So now the pivot is becoming the jammer, and they are on a scoring pass.
Marmalade Mayhem coming up on the pack here, looking for a lane.
becoming the jammer, and they are on a scoring pass.
Marmalade Mayhem coming up in the pack here, looking for the lane, looking to pick up the ground. Trying to find a consistent teammates, getting to the outside of the track, trying to shove their way to the NBD blockers here. Backwards through the pack to make the players really sort of throws on the outside.
Blockers here, backwards through the pack to make the play as Lady Slipper Crowleys are on the outside, but ultimately able to break through.
Able to break through. Excellent scoring.
And it's now a power jam for SFV. That's right, the pivot has become the jammer and fallen into a power jam. Having to push really hard to try to get through here. As you can see, path definition is going to make a difference.
Lady Slipper and Shira badass.
Lady Slipper and Shira badass on the end of the pack. Just putting their no stop down and saying no, thank you for the end of that jam.
Oh, yeah.
Death not allowed on the inside line. Power jam. Right. Lead jammer.
The pack is slowly making its way to turn 2 as SFV's jammer gets out number 25 here. Machete breaking through.
Breaking through, looking strong. But SVD going to call. We have just under 2 minutes in this game, folks. Let's hit it for these athletes out on the track. They are exhausted. I invite you to stand up and try and push against any of your neighbors for 2 minutes in a row. If you've never seen any of this looks easy, I assure you it is not. As both NBD and SFV fight to lead on this jam. Ultimately going to NBD here.
Fight for lead on this jam. Ultimately going to NBD here. As SFV's jammer number 10.
SFV's jammer number 10, 20, Scooby's back. Slowly out there by NBD. Those purple jerseys are very difficult to lose this afternoon. Ultimately drawing a penalty, but sometimes taking penalty making play is the move. Scooby's back.
Scooby Smacks looking determined here at the back of the pack. As
Back on pack. As SVD put the heavy shoulder down the quickly. Sounds like penalties are being called.
penalties are being called.
Looks like it was a track cut for SFV. Now again in a power jam.
Penalties and a bound. We may need some more chairs over there, folks.
Some more chairs over there, folks.
Actually, even if you have 3 blocking penalties, only 2 consider penalties at the same time.
Only at the same time. So additional chairs will not help you.
There we go. Arms are linked, looking to form a wall here against NBD. Stop rough, push it to the inside, but ultimately finding a way through.
That's it.
Okay, our unofficial score. SFV 65, North Bay 385. We're just watching for the officials to wrap this up and put a bow on it.